Hey, once again, E, we here, and then you know how we pay for premium for the Duke
Nothing.
play. Nothing. It just said we're not paying, and then I know we're paying for it. I know we are
I
because
sent you the deal and they wouldn't even
I'm
let me. I tried to pay again and they're like, no, you're already
yeah,
paid.
and I sent them a message. You know what? Let's get right to what we supposed to.
All
This
right.
is
Yeah,
the
we only
Pickoff
got an hour
show.
anyway, right?
Yeah,
The guys are right behind us. So,
no, they're not. No, they already went.
oh, they already went. All
Remember, I
right. All
told you
right.
we flip flop. They went to 1, and then we went to 3:30. So schedule change, but we here. Uh, this is the Pickoff show. This is the baseball show on Ray's Jew Joint with Eric and Ray, and sometimes other people who never want to show up. And it's a lot of stuff going on right now. E, it's a lot of things happening. A lot of things we predicted are coming true.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of things that we talked about as the season progressed and the White Sox started going down in flames, things that we said that should happen and need to happen are happening. One thing before we even get started on the trade stuff, um, the farm is starting to look pretty doggone good with, and I'm talking just low A and then high A and triple A. I ain't even talking about the triple A team. I mean double A, high
Yeah.
A, low A. And we
That's where the
talking
talent is, right?
Cannonballers, Dash, and damn, got me Barons, right? That's that group of young talent right there is starting to really show. Iriarte threw a no hitter the other day. Did you see that?
What's that? Yeah.
Yeah,
Another one.
yeah,
Like last 9 innings or whatever,
yeah.
right?
It's crazy. All right, and then Wokow is just still doing that, and his defense is starting to pick up.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean, I know we're going to the trade stuff, but that's where they're going to look to add, right? With the draft going as college heavy as they did, with the players they just kind of acquired, like they're going to keep adding to that Kannapolis, Winston-Salem group of some offensive talent and let the kids grow up together.
yeah, and that's kind of where I want to kind of segue into it because, um, we were talking 2 weeks ago about how layering your team kind of needs to happen, right?
Yeah.
Um, and when we say layering, for those who wasn't there, we got a lot more viewers this time. Can you talk about how you were talking about layering and the graduation concept?
Yeah, I mean, like, so every time you sign a player, right, you've got so many years. It's either 4 or 5 or 6, depending on the age of the kid, before they got to make the 40-man roster. Then so many years, so they got to make the 40. Like, I mean, the 26 after that, after they run out of options. So you have to, like, you want to see what's, I mean, I know we always talk about it, but you want to see what Baltimore has going on for your club. Something that Tampa Bay is great at. We just saw Tampa do some son of Major League to, continue to fill their farm, continue to layer, to continue to go through. Like,
We're
I love
definitely
the
going to talk about
scenario.
that trade.
What's that?
We're definitely going to talk about that trade, but continue.
Yeah. Well, we I love the scenario you gave on Spaces the other day. Like, think about it as if you're like in high school, right? You kind of got like a senior class, you got a junior class, you got a sophomore class, you got a freshman class. Like, you want kind of kids to come up, you want everything to match, you want your pitching, you want your length, your control, your good contracts, you want all that to match. You can't have it mismatched, which is what the Sox have now with Luis Robert and then the lottery ticket, which is Crochet. You kind of got two outliers that don't fit
Right.
or whatever. So the idea is that when you are growing your squad, you want these guys coming up at the same time.
Yeah, I thought about it even more as we kind of missed a week or whatever. It's even the money aspect of it, control,
That's the
contract,
biggest. That's the
right?
biggest, right?
Yeah, so
You
control,
want your guys on rookie deals coming up so you have financial flexibility. Like, I understand it from a fan standpoint. Like, let's hold on to Crochet. Let's hold on to Robert. Like, let's build around him. You can't.
right?
Like, one's eating up $20 million, which is going to be, way over 10% of your payroll. Probably. They usually average around 150. The other one's going to start making 10 or 15. They only got a couple years. And you cannot go to free agency to build a club. Like, that's the worst value of anything you can do. Like, I always use the scenario. It's like buying a new car. It's nice and shiny, but the second you sign that paper and drive it off the lot,
it diminishes value.
It's down 25% the second you drive it off the lot. And that's like the free agency. Like we just saw what happened with Grandal, right? Like,
yeah,
in order to get somebody to come, like Chicago's against a lot of things right now anyway. Like, I know everybody hates it, but I always say it, second team in the city. Not only that, let's face it, just an organal franchise. Are you coming to play for the White Sox right now?
I don't want to.
There's no shot, right? We love them. And we're not even coming to play for them.
We're not even going to watch them.
Come here. Only way you're going to come here. If you pay top dollar, add that extra year. We saw with Grandal, who was basically broken down his last year. You know, you saw it with Lance Lynn, the add-on, you know, or whatever, like the add-on years we gave him. Like, if you're going to get these players, anybody in free agency more likely is 27, 28 years old. You got to give them that fourth year, that fifth year, where you know they're not going to be productive, and it's just terrible value. So that's where everything needs to head.
Yeah, so let's get into it. Let's see. We had what's my man name? We had Eddie Fetty and Tommy Pham. Now, I did it like this before we start getting into the actual trade. We knew coming in. You said it, maybe day of signing or whatever, right? For Pham, and in the beginning of the year when we brought Fetty from the KBO, you said what we want is what? Increase their value and flip them at the deadline. Yeah. And both of them are gone, right? Yeah. So go ahead.
That's a lot of fans don't see this, or a lot of people don't deal or don't send a business standpoint. That's a great way to build the club.
I just saw a crazy comment. I'm sorry, it made me laugh.
No, that's all right. That's all right. It's a great way to build your club, is buying basically veterans that you know you're going to flip.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great way. And what you wanted is for them to build value. You want them to perform well so that teams like the Cardinals say, hey, let me get that guy. Yep. Right? Yep. So we had a trade update from Underdog. Shout out to Underdog MLB. I can't function without them on a daily. I really can't.
The only account that I have my alerts turned on for is them.
Yeah, me too. That and my wife. But the Dodgers get Tommy Edman and Michael Kopech. So I want you to hold on to that thought for Kopech. Yeah. Because I know you got a lot to say about that. Cardinals get Fetty and Pham. And then we get Miguel Vargas, whose bat I have absolutely loved for a couple years now. And then I had to do some research, and then just kind of, search them in Twitter and go to the MLB or whatever, see about this. Let's see. I don't want to butcher their names, Eric. So let's go Gerald Perez and Alexander Albertus.
I like it.
I think that works, right?
Yep.
Yeah, nailed it first time. Yeah. Anyway, so we got three prospects back for three veterans. And I think the deal was kind of done because Edman was coming back. Dodgers need somebody to take the old guy, Chris, what's his name? Not Chris Martin, Chris
Taylor, right?
Chris Taylor. He's done. And I think they might be ready to move on from.
And there's still a little bit of this trade leaking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's had some smaller elements to this trade. Dodgers also get a 17-year-old from the Cardinals. White Sox also get a player to be named later, or cash from the Dodgers.
Oh, really? I didn't even see that.
So, there's still tough because it was a little lopsided. Like, the Cardinals hadn't give up anything, so we knew some of this was happening. Cardinals also get cash from the White Sox. They're a player to be named later, or cash from the Dodgers.
Yeah, so
they haven't figured it all out exactly yet. It's still kind of trickling, but you got the main pieces right there.
Yeah, you got the main pieces. I wanted to just kind of let you go ahead and go off on the whole Michael Kopech thing, because you've been saying it for a couple years now. He's got to go.
Yeah, it's just.
And here's why. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we have to understand a couple things. The White Sox are not going to invest in starting pitching. They don't believe in it. And they're not the only organization. There are many out there that don't believe in extending starting pitching. And it's not a foreign concept. When we look at the injuries, you look at what happens as career goes. And Kopech's always going to get paid, and he's always going to be wanted. just because of the stuff. Like, how many times have we seen him on, pitching into his account, or we've seen him on Thomas's account, like best pitch of the night, most stuff of the night. Like, he's got the stuff, he just can't harness it. And when he's down to 2 years of control, and anything that you can get now, the White Sox aren't going to be competitive next year. I mean, you're hoping, the year after that, you can start seeing some signs of life.
So, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. We can wait. We'll go on to the other two guys.
I'm looking up. I saw we just got a pitcher in this deal. I don't know this pitcher at all.
No, I think that guy went to the Dodgers, didn't he? Or did I see that wrong?
The
17-year-old.
Oh, he's headed to St. Louis. Okay, he's going to St. Louis.
Dodgers also got. Yeah.
Okay,
Dodgers
so now I'm seeing it. I just went over to our friend John's page and saw a couple things.
Yeah, so that some details are stricken in.
Say again.
I mean, some more details are still leaking in.
But we can't.
But the thing that I'm excited about the trade, I guess, a little bit is we have a new ownership or new leadership. Let's just say, not new ownership, new leadership, right?
Yeah.
You want to kind of see, we believed the White Sox going to be after certain players. We saw people bring up Jordan Walker. And immediately I was like,
I brought it to you too. I said I wanted Jordan Walker's in that thing. You said you're more than likely gonna see Victor Scott rather than Jordan Walker.
Yeah, I wanted to see the first couple of trades go through. I wanted to see if the alignment for what I believe the front office was after was correct. And it is correct. You look at the guys they got, and now this is, I don't know if you have it.
I do have it. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Do you have it up there, what I sent you?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Matter of fact, let me remove this and go to it and bring it up. Yeah, I know what you're looking for. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Which one you want? You want the new additions or never mind. I know what it is. We're gonna just bring this.
It's a guy from the.
I got it.
Future Sox guy.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, 1 second. This guy. I don't know why it doesn't want me to. All right, so here we go. Let me pull it up on the screen here. And boom, here we go. There he is.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, I mean, you're looking at two 19-year-olds. You're looking at 380 OBP and a 420 OBP. If you pull up Vargas's Savant page, which I know you and I have,
yep,
you will see no chase, no K, and a high walk rate, right? Yep. I'm happy there seems to be a plan. There happens to be we're not just plucking players, throwing them out there, doing a deal. They're trying to develop a system. They're trying to go around a certain type of player. And this deal here shows that that's correct. And that's what I believe would happen. That's why I didn't think ever that Jordan Walker was a possibility, because he really don't fit that mold. But these are you saw it with the draft, especially that kid, the McLean, then the kid we got in the 5th round. That was the Division II guy that went over. Sam, whatever, the long name, but good bat to ball, good plate discipline, don't chase. Don't game.
And I wanna pull up Thomas Nestico. I had talked to him on the side. He and I had a just maybe
a little brief conversation. That one too, right?
Yeah, we had a brief conversation. And he said, just make sure you shout me out when you use my stuff. And I said I always do, but I wanted permission, so he gave us permission. So we always got permission from T. So Miguel Vargas though, same thing.
Same thing.
If you look at his metrics though, I think what a lot of people don't understand when you're looking at things like this, you got ex-WOBA, right?
Yeah.
And we tried to break that down. I had to learn it, but outs above average. How often is he going to, mess you up by getting out? And he's not. He's hitting 374 with an expected ex-WOBA, right? That's pretty good. A 44.5, almost 50% sweet spot, hard hit. It's that could come, but I mean, sure. Average velo is 89. That's not bad, because I think the league average is 88. Max velo though You know, it's 107.8. So that's up there.
So it's there, right?
Yeah,
There's a little
it's
bit of
there.
power in there when you got the max feel.
But
there.
this is what we love, right? We love the 19 and a half whiff.
Yep.
Right. And
19.9% walk.
Yep.
Higher walk rate than K rate.
K rate, right. So that's the things that we look at.
And then a new thing, and like this is what I'm looking for when I'm trying to project down the road or down the deals. Like when I know we'll do fantasy later, but when you're looking at prospects, there are ones that I don't like. And they're, Christian Morel was one of them from day one. I said on the show, don't like him, even though he did improve his chase rate. But like anytime big chase rate. But scroll back up. Here's the other.
Okay,
here's the other big thing. Read that last sentence. This is a new big thing.
Oh yeah,
we're going to talk about this later in the deal.
I love this. Yeah, he is an extremely patient batter with great contact rates and a sound approach. He is pulling more fly balls, which is very encouraging. And I think people. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna let. This is what
you and I started talking about this 6 months ago, 9 months ago. This is the new thing. You're hearing this all the deal. Do they pull their fly balls? Or are they pulling the ball on the ground? Because if they're pulling the ball on the ground to the power side, it's not ideal. It's something you're not looking for, something you're trying to avoid in all aspects. So, this pulling fly ball thing is going to come up when we talk about the Cubs trade.
Well, let's talk about that now. Give me 1 second. Let me get it. Justice said Vargas was getting on base without swinging in spring training. So that means his approach was
I remember he was hurt and he had to take, right? They couldn't swing, so he was just standing there.
Yeah. So we don't usually do this. First time Cubs talk on the show, but it's only because the player that the Cubs received is one of the guys that we love.
Yeah,
we love him. So the things the way I want to phrase it is, and I asked you this question. I said, Cubs are buyers.
Yeah,
like, buyers. What the hell are we doing here, Cubs? So,
you got to realize they had a terrible offseason. Last trade line was absolutely terrible. When they decided to hold on to everybody, go for it, whatever. Terrible management decision.
Yeah.
Contract signing in the offseason, not the best. They're going to probably be stuck with Bellinger. I'm guessing Bill's going to use his player opt-in. He's hurt right now. I can't imagine him opting out for more, but maybe he does. But so this is,
wrong thing.
He comes with 2 or 3 years of control.
Yep.
Morel, who was a little bit positionless, didn't really have a spot for him. Not the greatest defensive metrics. They solved some of that. But the fantasy impact of this is probably what's super interesting.
Yeah, so let's talk about just just the whole thing as far as like the trade before we get into the fantasy aspect of it, because I do want people to understand. Like we talked to John. We had John on one of our very first shows when we first started this whole thing, and we love his models and how he comes up with the value of players or whatever.
It's genius, right? Yeah,
it's super genius.
Yeah,
and so the deal is rejected by their model as an underpay by Chicago.
Yeah. They're thinking Chicago got away with something here.
So they're saying Tampa got fleeced, but we think that Tampa gained some value.
Listen, Tampa breaks all models.
Yeah.
Tampa has been breaking them for years. If you go through the deal, people just don't deal with Tampa. If you make a deal with Tampa, you lost. They just automatically assume you lost, right?
Yeah, and that's always been the thing with Tampa, because who knows? For one, we know how they develop pitchers,
right?
So here we are. They saw something in Hunter Biggie, right, or Ty Johnson, right, and they were like, okay, we want that. There's something there that we want to develop.
They fit their system, right? They fit their type of player. Same with Morel. You brought up Morel and Siri, right?
Yeah, Morel.
Two free swinging athletes that can hit 20 home runs, steal 20 bases. They just make it.
Yeah, because they're going to surround them with mature guys that are freaking hitters.
Yeah.
They're going to allow those guys to be themselves, be the goofs that they are. I wish Siri took baseball seriously because he could be one of the best. Like in my opinion, he has great run to fly balls in the center field. I think he takes good lines, but he's just a goof, and I hate the fact that he's a goof.
Yeah,
You know
yeah, no, he's
and Morel's the
talented.
same way. Morel's the same
way.
way. But they love the game, and that's the other thing. They love the game.
Yep.
So I mean, the Paredes is an upgrade for the Cubs. They are. It is. But they're not contending, Eric.
But there's not necessarily for this year. Like they're kind of stuck with the contracts they have. Yeah. They've got to almost try to go for it next year. It's not a complete sell market. Like I could see the Cubs next year, the White Sox next year being in a similar spot now, where like they'll do some selling and some buying. Like this was a deal made for next year. They got
for sure. I mean, I don't. Did they say how much control? How much control? I'm not shitting on Siri. I'm not. You know how much I like Jose Siri. It's just he's a goofball that, like, you can't trust him in certain spots because he's gonna be goofy. You know what I'm saying? I know he loves the game and all that kind of stuff. So I know that. He's saying, Siri takes this game seriously. Can't let you shit on Siri. I'm not shitting on Siri, but in my opinion, Paredes is an upgrade. They need somebody like that. Now, imagine the infield of Paredes, fucking Horner, Swanson, and whoever the fuck.
Probably Bellinger.
Belly at first.
Maybe.
Or
Bush. We'll probably leave Bush over there.
Yeah.
Or whatever too. Like.
Yeah, I think that going forward next year is a good thing, but I think that I think they're what's the word I'm looking for, Eric?
What's that?
I think that they're putting all their eggs in the wrong basket because they don't have the pitching to cover up.
Listen, it's the one thing you and I hate most. They're trying to band-aid and make up for mistakes they've made in the past.
Yes.
That's what they're trying to do.
Why has
they're trying to like patchwork it over? Like, hey, I can get a better defender. Well, something else is interesting too is if you look at his spray chart, he's dead pull power hitter. And he's dead pull. He can't go anywhere else.
Nope. If you pitch him inside, he's knocking that bitch into fucking next week.
Moving to Wrigley Field compared to the park he played in Tampa.
Yeah, 3-8. I saw somebody say something. It was like 318 dead left.
Would have cost him 13 home runs over the last 3 years.
Right.
Just that little extra wall out there in Wrigley.
Did you send it to me? It was like
I did. I sent it
318.
It would have cost him like 13 home runs over the last 3 years. From a fantasy impact, if you're after homers, this move probably cost him 2 or 3.
It's going to go down because he's not an OBP guy.
No,
he's more of a I'm gonna get you some home runs.
He don't K a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fantasy impact with that move was kind of different. I do want to talk about a couple other moves that happened. Let's go trade deadline type stuff here. I can't believe the Cubs are buyers. That blew my mind when I hit you up as soon as it happened. Like, fuck are they doing? But so before we move on, one last thing. Where is this guy going? Because the Mariners are doing other shit, and I'm like, oh god, we still got Luis Robert in the hopper tomorrow. Yeah.
But they're not under giant pressure to move Robert. They're really not under giant pressure to move Crochet. Like they've already said they can do it in the offseason. Like they're not rentals. They're under control. So like it's not a giant rush if they can't get what they want for it. I saw Justin Turner went to the Mariners before we hopped on.
Yeah, he went to the Mariners. And then the Mariners picked up – they just got rid of Ty France, and they picked up somebody else too. Let me just go back and see where we can yep, so he went to the Mariners. They got – the Blue Jays got RJ Shrek. I'm not sure who that is. I don't think I've ever looked him up. So my guy Jack Flaherty, he got scratched. So I guess kind of put up some things on on my bookmarks here. So Jack Flaherty got scratched. So you know what that means, Eric?
Yeah, I've heard. I saw the Yankees
Yep,
just
he's in
now.
it just popped up on my phone that they're in extended talks with the Yankees about
Yeah,
Flaherty.
that was your prediction right
That
away.
was my prediction. It
Yeah.
sure was. And here's the thing. I don't mind him going. The fantasy impact for me is that he's been solid for me since week fucking 4 or 5 or whatever when I picked him up. I dropped him once and it was like, oh, I can't do this again. I had to pick him right back up. Fantasy impact for me is him going to a team that would run support is huge.
Yeah.
You know, they're
I mean, you like him in Tiger Stadium, obviously from the ballpark aspect of it, one of the hardest places to hit, right?
But he's a guy that K's and whiffs.
It's a lot like Eflin going to Baltimore for me from Tampa, right? All of a sudden, like I get out of 5 2/3 Tampa.
Yeah,
that they do not believe in letting their pitchers go a third time to the lineup, no matter what. Famously, as they pulled Snell that year in the World Series. So like into Baltimore, and Baltimore obviously great home park, especially with that added depth in left field, that weird added wall they have down there.
Yeah. Yeah, they have they have that little fucking.
Yeah, so I mean, and obviously you're going to get run support more in Baltimore than you're going to get in Tampa. So that move helped. I mean, that's part of it. It's paying attention here at the deadline. You know, we talked about closers and holds guys too, and you brought up a guy earlier that you picked up just for that very reason.
Yeah,
right?
I picked up Ben Joyce in fantasy because of that. I know that the move for when Garcia went to not Garcia, when Estevez went to did he go to Baltimore? No, he went to
I don't think it was Baltimore. I can't remember exactly where he went.
Did he go to the Phillies? He might have went to the Phillies. I'm not sure.
But yeah, you knew that he was going to immediately walk in for now. Yeah. Garcia goes, so he'll end up being in probably in the closer role some.
Yeah, so we're looking at Tanner Scott, who's a closer. There are 4 teams pursuing him, according to MLB Deadline News.
Yeah, and depending on where he ends up there, like is he a closer or is he not a closer, right? That's what you don't know.
Right. So that's another thing where like it impacted me. So I had a Adolis Chapman who was getting me saves, but now he's a host guy because Bednar's back. And then you got a guy like Tanner Scott, who is the clear-cut closer in Miami. But if he goes to the Orioles, is he going to jump Yainer Cano to be the setup guy? Or is
he going to possibly replace, I don't think or is he going to split time with
Kimbrel?
Or you don't know
right
when this stuff all kind of irons out.
Yeah, he definitely goes into the closer spot with the Yankees. Definitely.
He probably takes home spot.
Yeah. And then
and a lot of leagues, like our league's a little different. Like our league's a unicorn, our main one with the scumbags, because you're not going to find too many leagues that counts holds and saves. So a lot of them are holds plus saves, and then it really don't matter to you where he goes. You're getting the same thing. Right. Now, if you're in the big contest where it's saves only, and you have Tanner Scott, this makes a big difference where he goes.
Yeah,
if they turn him into a holds guy, you just drop him. Like there's nothing you can do. He can't help you no more.
Yeah. So then, let's see, we got some other stuff here. Let's see. The Padres are in discussions with the Tigers for Jack Flaherty. I don't know about that one. This kind of blew my mind. Josh Bell being on waivers, and a lot of people went up in uproar saying that's kind of fucked up. But can you explain waivers and then outright waivers? Because he didn't go outright waivers; he went on waivers.
Right, he just went on waivers, which gives them time to pull him back if nobody wants to claim him. They're hoping to facilitate a trade, or somebody will come in and take him and just basically take his money for the rest of the year. Right. I mean, that's basically what they're hoping that'll happen. Or they can work out some kind of deal. But this isn't outright waivers where you're just gone, you're cut off to 40. This is just let me see if anybody wants to claim him. If they don't, then I'll decide if I want to put him back on my team or if I want to outright him. But they're trying to make way for – they just traded with the Diamondbacks, and they got that.
What? I missed that one. Hold on. Let's just do this. Let me. Who you got? You at John Heyman or you with Passan?
No, I might not just a second. Like it was a couple of days ago, they traded. Who did Miami trade to? Miami traded.
Jazz Chisholm.
Chisholm went to the Yankees.
To the Yankees,
they traded. Who did they trade to the Diamondbacks? Didn't they trade Puck?
Who?
They traded Puck because Justin was like, he's going to be the closer. Like 3 seconds later, like he's gone.
He pitched last night.
Yeah. So they got their first baseman of the future. I can't think of his name. It's like he's on Caleb's team. I never didn't care for him as a prospect. Tell us or something like that. I can find him really quick, but they traded for him. So they're trying to make room to bring him up and let him play at first base the rest of the year and give him some big league time. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah. So the Red Sox acquired Quinn Priester from the Pirates in exchange for Nick York.
So, the kid's name is Devison De Los Santos.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. That's right. The guy that smashes home runs in minors.
Smashes home runs, free swinger down there.
Yeah, he's just a fucking home run machine.
So they want to get him over first since they're trying to clear Bell out of the way.
Yeah.
Miami's going nowhere.
Yeah, and then that one kid, he hit for the cycle last night. Like, I forget his name. He hit for the cycle last night. God, what's his name? They got him in the 2 spot. This is pretty damn good. Let's see. So we had Michael Lorenzen. Yep.
He was a guy I thought I wish the White Sox would have got a hold of. Like they tried to do it with a little bit with Flexen and with Clevenger, the same type of deal they did with Pham, right? Trying to get him. I think Flexen still might get moved, but this got him a little bit of a trade back or got him another player.
Yep. Then Carson Kelly went to the Rangers for catcher Liam Hicks. And
Tigers trying to make way for their one of their number one top prospects who's a catcher. He's already called up or whatever. He scores out very well on the VBR.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
What's his name? You don't know? Let me see.
I knew you were going to do that to me. You know.
I know, but I need to kind of, let
me get it. Dillinger.
Why don't I know that name?
Yeah, he scored out a 92, 88, 51, 61 on swing grass.
Oh shit!
He had 308, 379, 559.
Yeah, it seems like I'm pulling an in right now and not caring whatever the fuck is happening in Detroit.
Yeah, every time it's a Tiger, Ian's
he's going to shit on it. Yeah. Let's see. Consistent overpays for good relievers while bats are going for fair value or below. Doesn't mean things will stay that way. Market often correct as top assets are removed and lesser inventory remains. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I'm pretty sure that's a John quote right there. Shout out to John.
Yeah, for sure.
That's one of his.
Yeah.
We got Paredes. We already talked about that. Both the 25. Morel does have one more year team control than Paredes and will be cheaper. What's a Super 2?
Super 2 is like you brought them up early enough and they scored high enough to immediately move up in the arbitration world.
Okay.
So a little more expensive.
Right. So basically arbitration, they get a little bit more leverage in arbitration to get more money.
Correct.
Got it.
Correct.
Oh, okay. The relief market, Esteves. Oh, Jason Adam went to the Padres. I didn't even see this one.
Yeah, they gave up a lot. Well, they gave up a lot if you're looking at
I didn't see this one.
If you're looking at the value, yeah.
Oh.
They're worried about Lesko and his control after his Tommy John, but him and Homer Bush were supposed to be, bigger prospect.
Here's the crazy
even had a decent rank.
Here's the Rays did it again.
Yeah, like
damn.
Or you can say the Padres did it again. AJ Pro, they're just like, man, he can really find them, but he hates them. He'll just give them away. He'll give prospects away. The Nationals might as well be the AJ Prower's team right now. Like it's basically everything.
We talked about this at the beginning of the year about trade partners that are fucking prospect friendly / if you want prospect, call these guys because they'll just give them to you.
Yeah, Philadelphia, Seattle, right here, Padres. Those three guys hate prospects. I'm with them. I hate them too, but you just got to know when to flip them.
And they do. And Jason Adam with them. Does he take Matsui's place? I think so.
Yeah, he'll probably become automatically the guy to get to. He'll become a setup guy for sure.
Yeah, he'll hop. What's his name? Your guy. You got him.
Peralta, no, I got Suarez. Suarez will be the closer still. Adams.
No, I thought you had Estrada too.
I did for a little bit, but I no longer do.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
he'll jump Estrada. He'll jump.
But once again, Jason Adam is not going to get any more save opportunities. He's definitely a hose guy now in fantasy.
Yeah. So your fantasy guys, if your saves only, he has absolutely zero value.
Yep. If your saves only, hang it up. He has no value. Oh shit, man! I missed some trades. I guess going to see Deadpool and then spending all day with my wife yesterday was like I missed a lot of stuff. I didn't even see Justin Winker. Once again, there's a vet. Yep. Went to a team, gained some value, and then got flipped.
Yeah, and the Reds were hoping. The Nationals knew they weren't competing this year. Right. They did the same thing with Winker.
Right.
Signed him, hoping that he would have a little bit of a bounce back year. He did. He's had a pretty nice year.
Yeah.
Got him some value, got him a deal. Like they're buying prospects. It's a way to buy prospects, is basically what they're
doing. Yeah, see, he went to the Phillies. Yep. The Phillies got Carlos Estevez, which is a good.
Your boy just hit a 3-run dinger for the Orioles. It looks like.
Who did?
Santander.
Oh, Santander. Yeah. Ant-Man. There you go.
I don't know if it's 3-run, but
it's definitely a dinger. That's his 30th of the year, by the way.
Dude,
shout out to Anthony Santander for going into the lab at his age and figuring some shit out.
Yeah, I mean, I'd assumed he was just broken.
No. He gave me 26 home runs last year, and now he's giving me 30 this year. So, like, shout out to him. He's a fucking dog. I love that guy. Yeah. And this is a double header day. It was a double header day.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled about it considering I have none of these people, but
yeah, it's gonna be a long week for you fantasy wise on the scumbag side. And we're in 6th place over on Yahoo. That sucks.
Yeah, we're right there. We keep flopping between 4th and 6th. We're kind of stuck, but we also got screwed. We just got screwed.
Yeah, we got screwed, and like we did it for. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
But, we traded away for future draft picks next year. Then they decided they're going to reset the league.
They're going to reset the league.
We had 4 first-rounders and a 3rd rounder coming on in a half redraft. So we're going to have 6 picks in the first 3 rounds and 4 in the first. With 10 good keepers.
Yeah. Reset the league.
Very frustrating.
Very frustrating.
We took over the worst team and we asked for the worst team.
Oh, shit.
The top 5 team. Traded away Schwarber, Cease, Guzman. I don't even remember.
We got rid of Lopez. A lot of people. Yeah.
I traded away all these guys to try to gain draft because we knew we couldn't win this year. Then they
reset the league on us. Yeah.
That's an important thing too. And too many people are too emotional. And you're guilty of this at times. You can't have a soul. You can't fall in love with your players. If you can't win and you know you can't win, or if that guy is not helping you at the deal, or you can get somebody better, you have to be soulless. You just got to cut them.
Yeah, fantasy baseball, I have to learn how to not hold on to guys that I like watching play baseball.
Yeah.
That's what my problem is. I like watching players who play a certain way.
You knew how I felt about O'Neal Cruz.
Yeah.
You know what I believe in him in the future.
Yeah.
But I started looking at my starting staff, and with me going to the playoffs, I needed some quality starts, and Joe Ryan's been huge in that department. Yeah. He don't walk people.
And that's the reason why, I said, okay, well, shit. All right, I'm just moving for the future. Let me just send off Tovar, 22-year-old stud who's fucking been, ever since he left me, he has not hit a single.
Listen, O'Neal Cruz is absolutely just beat me. He and his whole team beat me, but O'Neal Cruz is absolutely on fire since I traded him. But but
at the end of the day, I got Bone back who's been doing the job. So it's it's 6 in one hand or half in the other.
You want to try to win this year. You're going to be in the playoffs. You want to try to win this year.
I want to try to win this year, and that's another thing. When I text you the other day, fantasy wise, I said I'm probably gonna have to drop one of these good guys because I got to make room for two better guys coming back.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like,
I thought that too. And then going into this week, I lose Julio. Trout didn't come back. Yelich goes down.
Yeah, Yelich was hurt.
Yeah,
I saw
I
that.
lost Max Fried, Suarez, Jones. I'm just like, oh my God. I thought I had too many good players. Now I'm back on the waiver wire, scooping people up, making trades. I traded for Suzuki, which you know how I feel about him.
Yeah, we love Suzuki. Yeah, he's been with us all year on Yahoo.
Yeah, and he was off to such a great start.
Let's see. Let's go. So we never did talk. They got a pitcher in Philly that I'm intrigued by. I'm thinking about getting him. He's big. He's a big kid. I think he's only had 3 or 4 stars. His name is Tyler
Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, your buddy, your little nephew, already scooped him up yesterday.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Justin got him? No.
If I saw it right, I'm pretty sure that
Hold
Justin
on. Time out.
already got out and sniped him. That's not my fault.
And I didn't say nothing to him.
Picking up Bassett and stuff. Now he's out there picking up these young guys.
I didn't say nothing to him. He did. Oh my God. I didn't even see this.
I'm glad he put the Bassett away and didn't pick up Paxton anymore, those 45-year-olds, but I saw him pick him up.
Oh man, I didn't see that happen. Cause I was watching video on him. I was watching like interviews. He had like a fucking outstanding game the other day. I think he had a complete game the other day.
He did.
So on and so forth. And I was just like, well, who am I going to move? Who am I going to like, get rid of for him? Because I really like Swellenbach, how he battles against big teams. He went out the other day and threw 7 freaking scoreless, which was fucking amazing. Because I like Swellenbach, I really do. I think he's gonna be, up here, and I love him being with the Braves. So, I was like, okay, am I giving up on Jake Irvin? No, because he just went out and shoved again. It's like, I just couldn't figure out who I'm gonna drop yet. So I was like,
yeah, that's the biggest thing, right?
And I was like, ain't nobody.
Lose somebody.
And I said, okay, well, maybe I flip him for Gavin Stone. I was like, but Gavin has been solid all year. I'm not going to flip this sit with Gavin for, a guy that's had 4 stars when I got a bigger sample size of Gavin. And I didn't think nobody had him on their radar. So here we are, Justin. Shout out to Justin. Shout out to you, nephew, for grabbing him, you bitch.
Yeah, I'm proud of him. No longer Chris Bassett.
That Chris Bassett,
his chops for picking up 45-year-olds last week.
Yeah, or you know what? It's not even like when you're talking fantasy. Where we are now, we're 7 weeks away from the playoffs. Like
less now, right? It is 6.
6 weeks away. Whatever. It's close. We're close to the playoffs. You're not making. We're definitely 6 weeks away. Yeah. This is week. Yeah, this is.
I thought there was 7 left after the break. And we played our long week.
Yeah, we played our long week. So yeah, so now we're 6 weeks away. So if you haven't, if Justin's making moves for next year, that guy should be in the rotation next year.
Yeah,
I think he's taking Taiwan Phillips or
just 3 weeks too late. He was stubborn and loved his players, and thought he was gonna get back in the playoff run, but Dan put a big dent in that last week.
Yep. So here we go. Let's keep going with our trades and stuff here, Eric. So we have so like I said, the Phillies got Estevez from the Angels. They got a couple pitchers back, Klassen and Algaretti. I don't really know those guys. It's a moderate overpay by Philly, according to them. Here's the one right here. So Jazz Chisholm went to the Yankees. The Marlins, in exchange for a catcher, Augustin Ramirez, Jared Serna, and Abraham Ramirez. I don't know that kid, but I do know Serna. He's a good player. Ramirez, I'm not sure, but I like Jazz in New York City. I really do.
Well, they're having trouble up there a little bit, and Jazz brings. He can go out and play center field. They ain't going to want to put Judge out there every single day, or whatever. That's just the wear and tear on his body. He's already got feet issues, or whatever. They're having trouble at second base. Torres, they're having trouble at third base. They have basically nobody. So they're talking about what they're going to do to try to move people around. And what they're trying to do, and Jazz bring them some flexibility. But can I just say, like, I hate Yankee fans. Like,
Go ahead.
Like, Jazz came out of the dugout yesterday in his first opening deal, and he had his hat on backwards.
Okay.
And it was a giant uproar.
Okay.
Everybody's like, don't worry. Hal would have fixed that back in the day. He would have never let him show in those pinstripes with that hat on backwards. Like, he never would let him do this and do that. I'm just like, oh, man. Like, the whole, like, they got to shave their facial hair, can't wear their hat backwards when they're not even close to game time. Like, what are we talking about here?
I heard some rumblings and grumblings about Yankees fans and their angst about the antics of Jazz.
So they got on a wife beater and they spilled pizza on their T-shirt, yelling obscenities at kids that are playing baseball. Like, don't act like you're all uppity up in the deals. Like, we've been there, we've seen you. Like,
and when I go, are they at home this weekend? If they are, I'm going to a game this weekend. If they're home.
Are you going out to see?
I'm going to see my grandkids this weekend. So let's see, Yankees schedule. Let's see. Let's see. They are. Yep. They're playing the Blue Jays. So I'll be at Yankee Stadium, and I'm just gonna just look around and see all the uppity fucking Yankees players. I mean, Yankees fans that are so in an uproar because what's his name wants to wear a do-rag or he has on fucking colored fucking shoestrings.
Like, you've been getting your ass whooped by $60 million a year spending Tampa for going on a decade now. Like, they've been absolutely treating you like little brother. Like, how about you worry about that instead of whether or not the players are doing, whether or not they got their hat on backwards or not. Worry about the fact that you can't compete with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Worry about that first.
Yeah, and the fact that you let a fucking Baltimore Orioles team build a fucking juggernaut for the next decade.
Yeah, and then you're looking at the Yankees and their hose right now, right? I mean, Soto's gone. He's already pissed. We can't win with two players. He basically said in the media, it's nice we have two of us, but we can't win. He's gone. Cole, all the money they owe him, all the money they owe Stanton, all the money they owe Judge, like, oh boy.
Yeah, it's a mess.
It's a hot mess. But Cashman just shows up. He keeps his job every year, just like AJ Preller does. And I'm like, I don't get it.
What is the deal with?
I promise you, Ray, if you give me the amount of money the Yankees spend every year for the last 15 years, if they give that to me and you and our scumbag crew, we couldn't have done any worse. They haven't won a goddamn thing. And they have all the money and all the stuff in the world. Like, change what you're doing. Stop doing what you're doing. Like, do something different.
If Soto walks away in the offseason, I'm going to fucking laugh.
Yeah, I think he's gone. I don't think he's going back there. I don't think he's loving it anymore.
Eric, I'm going to have a belly laugh on air if Soto leaves the New York Yankees in the offseason. Because there are a couple Yankees guys that I talked to in Spaces that were just like, I can't wait till we sign them long term. I said, why they haven't done it yet?
Yeah, there's a reason they haven't done it yet.
Why they haven't done it yet?
How much money they don't spend like they used to. And like that's the other thing. Like, I haven't seen it yet in the trade line. Deadline's tomorrow, but we saw a little bit of cash thrown on the White Sox deal. But like, we've seen Minnesota say that they're up against the wall. We've heard the Yankees say they cannot continue this payroll going forward. They've already came out and said after this year they can continue this payroll. But yet Yankee fans think they're going to sign it. Like, how? If your ownership's literally come out and said we can't spend this again. Like, so I was hoping the White Sox would use, like last year did a good job, in my opinion, of pairing people together. Like they sent Raylo and Lucas to Los Angeles, right? They sent Kelly and Lynn to the Dodgers. I was hoping they'd use a little bit of cash, send some guys, because some of these guys are up against the wall in the taxes, and they might be able to buy a little bit of better prospects that way too.
So the rookie class, before we finish up on our trades, you think that the White Sox rookies are what time? When did they got to report for rookie ball? You know that?
They're done.
Oh, they're done.
Rookie ball's done. So now it's only the Canapolis. No more Arizona Fall League. No more like rookie ball. They just finished like last week.
Oh, okay. So they're probably going to be in Canapolis.
Probably next week. You're probably going to start seeing like little bit of how it works. They're going to spend some time in Arizona with the coaching staff and the crew. They're going to give these guys like basically a, what do you want to call it, a honey-do list or stuff they want them to work on when they get to their assignments.
Yeah.
The things they want them to work on, tell them what they're going to relay to the coaches. They want to spend some time with them, get them the deal. But we should start seeing assignments probably for next week. Probably the end of this week, we'll start seeing who will start going to, where's Hagen Smith going to go, where's some of these guys McLean going to go, we got drafted. I'm guessing all of them go to Kannapolis, but they could, like somebody like Hagen, they could skip to the dash maybe.
Let's see. So let's finish this up. Let's go. Let me go here. Let's go. So we had a couple more trades here. So here's your guy, Zach Eflin. Our guy in Yahoo. He went to the Orioles. We already talked about it a little bit, but how did the Orioles get away with not sending nobody that we know?
Right.
Like there's no Mayo. There's no.
For some of you sports cards collectors, you know Horvath because you hate him because he's in some of the same product as some of the other big names, and you draw him instead. But I think there was some money.
Look at this. It's a major underpay by Baltimore, so you know there was money involved.
Yeah.
To cover it. Yep. It seems like a light return for one of the top stars available, but Eflin hasn't been amazing. He was great in 2023 and comes with another affordable year of team control at $18 million. It's crazy how that's affordable team control. All right.
I mean, that's why do you think, we were able to get anything for Fetty, right? He's only owed like $8 million next year or something. But right there, you see where what our buddy said. John said, of course, the Rays are no strangers to targeting underrated prospects. Like they have a system. They don't care about your value. They don't care about their deal. They have somebody they want. They know the type of player they want.
Right.
And all I can ask out of Getz in that deal is like, I hope this plan that we thought we were going to see, we continue to see it. Don't stray from this. If this on-base percentage, low chase, high bat to ball skills, this kind of thing is your team, is your deal, like stay with it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, that's the motto of the modern day successful team. If you look at the Phillies, after Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Bohm, Stott, not Strom, the dude with the wet hair all the damn time. Him.
Marsh. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is these guys are all the same guy.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit more pop with Harper, but they don't chase. They don't K. They walk a fucking lot. And they hit extra base hits. Those guys are all the same guy.
Like I love the Dromboski model. You know how many years I've been like drooling for like the way the Phillies set theirs up. I was praying the White Sox would do some of that when they had their chance, but we did nothing to let every player go to zero value. Which, by the way, if you love front office moves, and this is your thing and this is your deal, if you don't love what Tampa does, you're doing it wrong. Like the fact they're just like, Randy, I appreciate you. I know you're a crowd favorite. By the way, I know he'll never hear this, but I got the utmost respect for Randy. I text you guys when I went down to Kansas City with the girl. We went down over the 4th of July and we watched the game.
Yeah.
That man is in somebody else's ballpark, signing autographs in between pitching changes, in between innings, tossing balls up in the crowd every half inning, like in somebody else's ballpark.
Yeah.
Like unbelievable to give back to the fans. And then you see what he did yet when he got traded? He went and sat with the fans.
I saw that,
yesterday. Like, I got a whole new level of respect for Randy. What he does. But listen, to my advice earlier to fantasy owners, you got to treat your players like Tampa Bay treats theirs. You know what? Your value's running out. It's starting to go down. I can get something for you. Thank you for your service. This is a business. Out the door you go. Like, see you, Randy. See you, Zach. I'm going to go get me some other people to put in before your value goes to zero. Flip this over. Let me get working.
Speaking of zero value, this was a comment earlier.
Yeah, I wish he would have been healthy with all the problems at third people were having.
Yeah.
Like, we actually might have been able to get rid of him. I mean, they're not keeping him. I mean, they'll keep him, but just to DFA him in the offseason. We're never picking up that option. But yeah.
It's just insane. It's just insane.
I saw the Braves wanted Eloy.
Yeah, I saw that too. Let's see if there's anything before we get out of here that's like
I don't think there is. Who do you got in fantasy this week?
I got Dre. Let me ask you where I got Dan.
You got Dan.
I got Dan. Yeah.
I like the moves Dan's been made, and I love the fact that some people should listen to Dan. Like Dan realized almost a light bulb went on for him, like I felt like it did for you in the offseason.
Yeah.
He was like, I get it. I know what I need to do now. And he started like making moves immediately to try to like change his squad around. Like the light bulb went on for where
he wants to see his team. And I was telling people, stop. Why are you trying to shit on him? He's not destroying his team. He's building his team.
Yeah, he's setting up for next year. It's super smart. Super smart. Like him and Keon both. Like, Keon made some great trades to set himself up well for next year. I mean, he's got Acuna now. I mean, you're talking about a guy that was such a clear 1-1. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like I was sitting here like, are you kidding me? Like you're sitting up here trying to shit on Dan for making moves, but Dan, he's set up.
Listen, they don't understand it. The people who shit on him don't understand it. I'm gonna guarantee you which ones they are. They're the ones that are barely in the playoffs or not in the playoffs, are the ones shitting on him. Like
he's got like he's accumulated 3 first-round picks next year.
Yeah.
And then he's got Tatis just sitting there waiting to come off injury.
Yeah, and he's got some decent.
And
he picked up Hunter Green, who's looks like a damn ace.
Yep, he's got Hunter
whatever.
Green.
He's already got some other decent pitching.
Yep,
He's stacked. If you look at his IR, he's got a bunch of pitchers that are come back. He got Sandy. No, maybe I gave him I gave him to Keon. But yeah,
you got Keon.
I like what Dan's done. Dan's paid attention.
I think that the league next year is really going to start just doing this. Like literally the same guys, if they don't change what they do, they'll stay down here.
Yeah, they can't move. Like
and then the guys that are at the top 6, they're always being the top 6 because they figured it out. And that's just how I feel about it. So
speaking of another guy, he's got Vlad's on a damn tear. He just hit another home run.
Vlad, he just did?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Down the right field wall.
Right field, like that's different.
On top of the scoreboard, opposite field, like
that's different. Like he usually is a pull dead center, dead left field.
Yeah, right field. So I assumed it was a left-hander. I looked up and it was Vlad. But I like what Dan's done, and I think other need to follow suit, like what Keon's done. Whatever, trying to get out there because you're looking. You got 3 draft picks next year, and that's it. It's the only way you can change your teams. Dan gave up some stars to get more depth, and he's understanding what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, and he got some young pieces back. Hunter Green is 24. I gave him Tovar. He's 22.
I gave him my number 1 pick last year, Matt Shaw, and I think he's going to be fantastic for the Cubs.
Oh, that's right. You did give.
I gave him for Suzuki. Whatever. He got Holiday, Green. Like, I like what he's done.
Yeah. So the last move that was made, reported by Jeff Passan, was Justin.
It's kind of been dead. I'm surprised.
But Justin Turner's the last move. So we did an hour show, which is usually our goal. Get an hour in, talk about some stuff. Garrett Crochet may or may not be moved. Luis Robert may or may not be moved. We will know more tomorrow. The deadline is at 3:00 Eastern or 3:00 Pacific.
I think it comes back to 3 Central, but it could be 3 Eastern.
Yeah, it might be. So whatever. I know it's 3:00 for sure, but
you guarantee they're still working. Like I'd be shocked if Flexen don't end up somewhere. I can't believe he can't help somebody. I mean, he's had a pretty decent year for the Sox. Right. He's on a cheap contract. He can eat innings if nothing else. Somebody can try to move him to the pen. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't get somewhere.
Hey, you know what? And I'm a shout out to Mac. He loves Ron Washington, but Ron Washington has really said some things in the last few days. So I'm just like, this guy he's just a baseball guy. He's basically said, hey, we got our 4 core. That's all I give a fuck about. Everybody else, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't care. He's like, hey, Trout's not coming back. Fuck it. I don't care. Schulman's here, Neto's here, fucking whatever. I need them to produce for next year. He already figured it out. Like, no.
Yeah, he's true baseball for a long time. Yeah. He probably got shorted.
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I forgot. Let me grab it. Hold on 1 second. I need to hear your before we go. I forgot about it, bro. I totally forgot about it. Real quick before we get out of here, it was disputed earlier. But here we go. Wait, what the fuck? Why is this thing giving me an issue now? Come on now. Here we go. AJ Przinsky.
Yeah. I don't know where. I think Nightingale threw that in his article or something.
He threw it in the article. He's in serious conversations, but
and then AJ said he hadn't had any talks. Right
before we came on, I saw Foul Territory. Shout out to Foul Territory, the best. That is top baseball show for me right now.
I love it. It's just honesty, right? It's pure.
I can't.
I don't agree with everything they say, but I mean, at least it's just honest. It's just straight from their heart. It ain't trying to, like, part of the stuff people have yet to be able to separate what's clickbait and what's trying to get effects. Their name gets out there and what's real. Like that's, and a lot of these guys are just putting stuff out that like just for those reasons.
Yeah.
To get reactions.
Yeah. So I was like, damn. You know, I said, man, that's crazy.
But let's talk about this just for a second because I think this is hilarious. People put way too much emphasis on who the manager is. And if you want an example, I'll give you one. The Milwaukee Brewers are such a great ran organization and don't get the credit. They're like mini Tampa. They're just like Corbin Burns. Yeah, I know you're an ace. Here you go. I'll kick you out. I'm going to go get young prospects before your value goes down, and I'm still going to win the Central. Oh, you want my manager? You think he's the cure-all Cubs? Yeah. You want to pay this man $1 million? You want to pay this dude? You want him? Here, you can have him. You can have him. Then I'm going to trade him within my own. He's going to go within my own division. And I'm going to bury him. Now they're in last. It's such an awesome move, and the Brewers are in first. I'll give Cubs my manager. Here you go. Don't matter to us. Organizational philosophy will always win out, and who can carry it out? They
constantly. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe we got to add that to our list. Teams who develop pitching.
100%.
Holy shit! Do they develop pitchers in Milwaukee?
Yeah.
God damn.
You're willing to take. I'll give you a guy coming back, DJ Hall. You're willing to take a chance on flyers from Milwaukee or Cleveland because you know that they do. And then, guys you want to avoid are guys like Tampa's big in it. Like, who believes in the analytics so much that, your guy's only going 5? If you're trying to get quality starts, you're in a quality start league, it's tough Tampa. For you to get through 6 innings, right?
Yeah, not Tampa. Tough. Nope.
Tampa's hard to get to 6 innings. There aren't guys they trust. But then if you got a guy like, Philly, they'll send Nola out there. I've been screaming sometimes in the goddamn 7th and 8th. That's enough. He's already got my quality start. Get his ass. Why do you keep sending him out there for?
Get him out the
get him out of the goddamn game.
Yeah.
But that when we develop next year, when we're trying to go on the bigger deal, all that's got to come into play.
It's got to. It has to.
Not only that, who don't believe in resting players? The Braves don't care. Braves just say you play every day. Jose Ramirez plays every day.
Marmo doesn't give a fuck in St. Louis. He does not care.
He just plays.
The fuck out of your players.
Yeah, you just play every day. And then you got the guys that believe in hey, every 5th day I should give him a day off. Let's do some stuff. So you got to pay attention too when you're investing.
That's Tampa again. That's Tampa again. That's Tampa again. They'll rest the motherfucker on a heater.
They're playing matchups, doing a thing. Dodgers are notorious for that. They finally don't have the talent, so Dodgers can't do much, but Dodgers are notorious for that as well. But, you got to be careful when you're drafting some of these guys if you know you're already going to get – Will Smith don't even play. Orioles have 8 games this week. I got Will Smith and catcher. They only have 5, and they'll probably only catch 4. So it's what the fuck do I do? I got to play against Mac, and I want to bury him so goddamn bad. I just do. I want to just flip his whole card upside down. So I went out. I probably did something I shouldn't have done, but I matched my team up exactly with him. If you look at our roster sizes,
it's you guys
got 2 subs, 2 subs. It's holds, starters. I'm you know what? One of us is going to get our head kicked in. I don't know who it's going to be, but instead of me trying to win the categories, I'm just going to line up, and it's going to hurt for one of us. One of us is going to get hurt.
Oh man, this is just it's been a day because I think that White Sox fans, I mean, Chicago fans in general in baseball world, the Cubs thinking are they still in contention? They're like,
No.
no, they're out of contention. So they're
Yeah.
playing for next year. And on the South side, we're just like, what's the plan? And I think we knew what the plan was going to be when they made a couple moves.
Like this to
in the
me is one of
offseason.
the most exciting times. I know people hate it and people are pissed, and I don't get why. Like you have so much financial flexibility coming up. Like Makata see it, Eloy see it. Like they're all done. Like that money coming in, you got good young pitching core. You're adding some talent to the deal. You know, what else can you do in the offseason? Like the build is what I'm most interested in seeing. That's the part that fascinates me, though, about the game.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, no trades recently. We already went through pretty much everything, Troy, but thank you for popping on.
Yeah, I haven't seen nothing either. It's been kind of quiet.
Yeah, no more trades. Like in the last hour, but we went through all the ones that we saw, today in the last couple of days. So none recently. But I mean, you should be expecting. You should expect another move by the White Sox from Flexen, Crochet, and or Robert are probably gone. So we shall see. We shall see.
Well, but right here, Davis Martin's going into our starting rotation. Vargas could mix in the outfield corners, possibly first base. Pedro mentioned Patrick Sprays is second and third. Getz said he expects more moves. So
yeah. So Davis Martin is moving to the starting rotation.
Yeah, he's finally back, finally healthy.
Huh.
Got back from his
Davis Martin is back. We liked that kid last year.
Yeah, I mean, he was out of Texas Tech. And he actually did pretty good a couple years ago. Then he had the old Tommy John, but he's finally back, so they're going to bring him up. Big-time curveball. I mean, we'll see. But, this is what they're trying to make way for. I'm sure we'll see Nastrini at some point, too. Give him some more experience up here at this level. Right. Let's just watch this core grow and keep adding to it. But, I love – this is what I'm excited about. The old GM, whatever, tandem with Kenny Williams and Hahn, there would just be some head scratchers for me. Then you try to look, you try to deal it. You and I kind of laid out a plan of what we thought, how the deal should go. We thought it would be college-heavy draft. We thought they would try to add right there in that high A level, low A level deals.
That's where that class. That's crazy. That's where that class is at right now.
That's where they're all headed, right? That's where the offensive guys are headed to join the couple that we had. And then they went out and they traded. The trade today, they got Vargas, 6 years of control. He can hold down a lot of spots. And it's the same type of player we thought they'd be after. I literally, in my other group that I talk more front office stuff with, I literally said I was going to be pissed if it was Jordan Walker. I go, if it's Jordan Walker, I don't know if I believe in the vision. Because, he is not the type of player that I envisioned it, from what I've heard him say they were going to go after. Then it reminds me of the Hahn and Williams era. This is what we're trying to do. Never mind. Here's Andrew Benintendi. Whatever. So I'm excited. It's been no chase, no deals, no stuff, adding more to that core. So I'm excited to see what other trades come in. But I'm excited it's matched the plan that you and I believe we laid out for the whole entire year. Told people it was coming. And here it is.
Yeah, here we are. So on that note, let's close the doors. Let's shut the lights off up in this juke joint. And let's get up out of here. Any last words for the people, Eric?
I don't think so. Wish me luck beating Mac. I think I'm going to need it.
Yeah, he's on a heater right now. His team's on a heater.
Well, not only that, Baltimore's got 8 games.
Yeah.
I got issues, but I'm gonna give it hell.
All right. And I shout out to Dan. We already gave you a shout out, but shout out to Dan. See how you do this.
Thanks for owning your mistakes. Thanks for admitting and seeing what you got to do. People should learn from that. Pay attention, people. Pay attention. Do what Dan did.
And shout out to the Yahoo League. Thanks for resetting it so we can start all over again.
We're just gonna dominate that thing next year, starting from scratch. I mean, we were in the thick of it with the worst team.
Yeah. So. It is what it is. All right, so let's get up out of here. Thank you guys for viewing the Pickoff Show on the Juke Joint. If you're here watching us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, comment, and if you made any comments, if you want to make comments anytime, we're going to put up on the screen as much as we can. So Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting. And we're just gonna keep doing this. We're just gonna keep going and keep going. So thank you. And
you got it. All right, buddy. Talk to you tonight.